You're listening to Kpoppin, every day 12 to 2 p.m., the fastest K-pop news with DJ Isak.
Ugly truth. It's been 3 weeks and we've missed him, and our message board is going crazy because he's in the studio. Sooyoon, hi.
Hey.
Hi.
How have you been?
Good. I've missed you.
I missed you too.
So, how was Japan?
It was great. Yeah,
I
it was
hear that you
really
guys are
fun.
really busy.
Yeah, really busy. We play shows every day.
Wow.
And it was, we were pretty happy.
Well, I mean, an artist is always happiest on stage.
Yeah. But this is actually like the first time that we've ever played shows every day for a week.
Oh.
Yeah, so physically it was tiring, but it was very fun to, just see people every day and, have a show
Okay.
every day. Yeah.
All right.
It's awesome.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I hear that I've been noticing that you've been posting a lot on SNS these days. So you've been posting a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
And I saw yesterday that you guys have been in the studio.
Yeah, we just came back, and as soon as we came back from Japan, we started to record for our new album.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's been like this whole week. And,
Okay.
I finished my parts like yesterday.
Yeah, because I saw you in the studio yesterday. Yeah. And it was pretty late when I saw that picture too. So I was like, he's going to be quite tired tomorrow.
Yeah, we didn't really get sleep for a week or two, and but now my part is done. Like I played all the drums part for every song, and I wrote a couple songs and I sang on a couple too. And now I'm just gonna rest, and James and Moon's gonna go today, but I'm just gonna rest.
Okay, so you get a chance to just rest today.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna visit anyways, to support them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a good busy. It's
Yeah,
one of
it's a good
those
busy.
physically tiring,
yeah.
but still mentally happy times.
I'm very happy right now. Yeah.
All right. So I saw on your official SNS that you guys are going back to Japan in April.
Yeah.
And the new album is coming soon. So you guys are working on it.
Yeah, we're trying to release it around April.
Ooh. Sounds good.
Yep.
Yay. All right. Well, it's good to have you back.
Thanks.
And we've missed your honest opinion. So let's jump back into our ugly truth.
All right.
And let's look at our first story from Malaysia.
Okay. This is kind of complicated. In my future, I have to deal with kids a lot. In fact, it's already starting. And next year is a big year for me. Last year before graduating. I have to teach kids. I never like to be angry at anyone, especially kids. I would more likely to cry before I can't even get angry. But kids I'm gonna face next year would probably be city kids and stubborn group. I have tried being loving, but it ended up backfired on me. Should I show my scary side to kids or just be patient with them? Kids are in 7 to 12 years old range.
So Liana from Malaysia is going to be working with kids, and it looks like her job is actually working with kids. So she's either going to be a teacher or she's going to be in areas of or being around kids constantly. So maybe a part of a youth center or whatnot. So team A today is show her scary side. B, to be patient with them. Honestly, Sooyoon, when it comes to teachers, like either high school, junior high, or elementary, I won't go into college because college professors, I think, are in a completely different group.
Yeah.
But going back to when you were in school, what teachers were your most memorable? Were they the nice teachers or were they the mean teachers?
I think it depends, I guess.
Okay.
Not necessarily mean, but I kind of like teachers who who weren't like sweet to kids, but they weren't mean.
Okay.
But they're just like, I'm teacher, you guys are kids, and like that's that. Like I'm not gonna treat you like candy, oh, you guys are so great. Like, but like I had a teacher who's like really kind of scary. Like it was hard for kids to kind of like be close to him. But he was just like he knew when to be nice and he knew when to be like scary. So there was a good balance, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was the most memorable teacher for you.
Yeah, because usually teachers they like kids who like suck up and stuff and
Teacher's pet.
Yeah, teacher's pet. But that teacher didn't do anything of that. He was just cool to everybody, but he was scary like if somebody do something bad, and he was nice when like things went well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was just a teacher.
Yeah.
He actually represented himself as a teacher.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, I can get on his good side and then I can pass a class.
Yeah, he was like a really professional.
Oh.
So that was memorable for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you're an adult now, because I feel that Liana here needs a little bit of help of how to kind of do that.
Yeah.
What are some of the ways that maybe as you were a student, was there anything that you remembered that kind of helped that particular teacher stay professional? Like, was there any way that he said things or were there ways that he acted? Like, if a student was talking back, like, how did he, react to that situation?
Oh, yeah. I think not showing the emotional side, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, there was this lady teacher when I was in junior high, and she was just like, if somebody like because little kids like they show emotions, like they're full of like emotions, and
Especially junior high.
yeah, and they want to get mad, or they would get mad or sad, they cry and blah blah blah. But that teacher just kind of like didn't get any effect from that. She wasn't affected by that. She was like, "Oh, you sad? Like you should go home and see your parents."
Oh wow!
like you should, and if a person have attitude, it's like, oh, okay, like I'm not gonna deal with you. You just go to see the
Principal.
Yeah, principal or something.
Whoa!
Like, it was just like there's no like space to kind of like interfere with her, like,
teaching
or anything like that. So she was just bold, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So being kind of neutral too.
Yeah. Being neutral and bold, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in your case, what do you think would be a best side for Liana? Should she kind of stand up and be a little bit more of a scarier person to her students, or should she be patient with them?
I think a little bit of both, but I think more than showing scary side, I'd say just be patient, I guess, but not in just like chama, like just hold it in, but just kind of be neutral and just don't take any of the kids like attitude or their what they say. Don't be affected by that. Okay. But I don't think you have to be scary to them, because it's only gonna, I think, build misunderstandings and stuff like that.
Okay. So instead of being scary and just patient, but more neutral.
Yeah.
Then.
But I would
patient.
In A and B, I would choose B.
Okay, B.
Yeah.
For me, I'd have to go with B as well. Kind of adding on to what Sooyoon was saying. I noticed that a lot of my high school teachers were very emotional.
Really?
Very emotional. And I'll give you a few examples.
Yeah.
If some of the guys in my class started saying stuff to some of the teachers, I actually saw some of my teachers react to it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not, it's hard not to. I understand. It is very hard not to react to somebody.
Yeah.
Because that is what everybody does naturally. But they did it in a way where it was kind of like they were fighting like kindergartners.
Yeah.
It was like, I remember one of my English teachers in high school. I felt he was, when he was going to school, one of those nerds that didn't really have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And there was a guy in our class that was like Mr. Popular. And he would walk in late all the time. He would always like walk in like, yeah, I'm macho man. And there was one day where our English teacher genuinely got upset. Like he got pissed. And he was just like, you know what? You are out of my classroom. And then like everybody started laughing. He's like, you know what? I'm not taking this anymore. And he literally genuinely like threw a tantrum. Our teacher threw a tantrum in high school. And so after watching that, I agree with you where a teacher should be more of a teacher instead of, just there.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go with B2. Liana, being just showing your like scary side, like I'm gonna be mean, I'm gonna send everybody to detention.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna help gain any respect in that order.
Right.
Especially since they're 7 to 12-year-olds.
Right.
7 to 12-year-olds, that's what, 5th, 6th grade? Fifth, so yeah. That's when everybody's the most mischievous. Guys are gonna start like pulling pranks on you.
Right.
Girls are gonna try and get away with things. Yeah.
To be honest, like I really respect people who enjoy being around kids because personally, I love like kids and I love like looking at them, but it's just like don't come too close to me. You know?
But surprisingly enough, a lot of people are like that. They're just like, he's cute, but just keep him over there.
Right. I mean, unless it's like my cousin or like my family member, like, because like I've seen them so much. But if it's like a random kid around me, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna, stay away from me. Yeah.
But there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's because children are really hard to.
It's really hard
to take care of and control. And I've actually taught a few times before.
Oh, really?
I've taught in actual classroom before. I was a substitute.
Oh, wow.
For a few weeks.
Wow.
And it's hard. Like the kids that I taught were like 5 to 6, 7-year-olds.
Wow.
So like first, second graders.
Yeah.
They're hard to handle. They're really hard to handle. Because one kid will be like, teacher, my nose is running. And then it's just like, okay, go to the bathroom.
Right,
and then it's like, teacher, I need to go to the bathroom. It's like, okay, go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Then like, well, he went to the bathroom. I want to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's like, wait. It's like, I can't wait. I'm just like, okay, fine, go to the bathroom. It's like little things start the class up.
Right.
And then they'll start like ganging up on you.
Right,
it's
right,
like, let's try and take advantage of the teacher day.
Oh, gosh.
So I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I think be patient is the best way to go. But some of our listeners could be teachers, or you could be part of a daycare center, or you could volunteer.
Yeah.
And you could maybe give Liana some other advice. So what do you think, our listeners? Team A or Team B? Should Liana step up her game and, show at least a little bit of her scarier side to her students, or should she just be a little bit more patient? And Sooyoon is kind of adding an addition on that. Not just be patient, but more so be kind of lukewarm, be not reacting to the kids.
Right.
Try to actually be a teacher, which is, I think, the hardest thing in the world.
Right.
If you were offered a job to teach, would you ever do it, even if it was just for a day?
Oh, yeah. I think teaching is fun, but maybe more towards maybe high school if it's possible, or high school, college, or just or even personal trainer,
just one-on-one.
Just one-on-one. Yeah. I remember I went to hang out with orphan kids from my church or something, and I thought I would be really bad with kids, but I kind of just like I said, I was just like, okay, they're very emotional, and we're playing games, and if they lose, they go crazy, and I'm just like, okay, you lost and you're mad, and let's just play another game. I would not react to their madness,
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that gained respect from them, because oh, this guy doesn't care, he doesn't honne, he doesn't
he doesn't get make you in trouble, or mock you, or
So I think just kids know everything.
Okay.
And even though they're kids, I think they could feel and they could see what's going on, and yeah.
Okay. So for our listeners, give some advice. We're going to be asking you to send in Team A or Team B and give your own advice. We are going to be choosing one of you and sending a prize. So let's help Liana out here. What we're going to do is take a listen to a quick song break, and then we're going to come back to another story. We've got Boyfriend with Ayan. We'll see you after this.
All right.
All right, so we are back. We have Sooyoon in the studio. It's so good to have you back in the studio. Okay, so we're moving on, and we're moving on to another story, and it's from Anonymous from Vietnam. So let's check it out.
All right. Hello, DJ Isaac and Sooyoon. Honestly, I have facial complex. I think I do not have attractive face, so I have no confidence to talk to people. I have good old friends, and they always say that people have their own charming points, but I didn't believe it because they are my friends. And I understand what they say, but I think it is not for me. it's getting worse, so I don't like to see people anymore. I don't know what to do. Please help me with your sweet advice.
I think everybody has something that they hate about them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's plenty of things that I hate about myself.
I think it's, for everybody.
Yeah.
No matter how, good looking they are, no matter how, perfect they may seem, I think everybody have their own complexes.
Oh, yes. It is a confidence level thing. Now, I've always said that I'm not against plastic surgery. I just can't do it myself because I'm very afraid. I'm just scared of it. There's been a few things that I've wanted to do in the past that I've really looked into. Like, I do my homework because when it comes to plastic surgery, I know they're like, well, you can take it out again, but it changes your body. Once something comes in and goes out. So let's say if I got a nose job, but I didn't like it and I take it out, my nose is not going to be the same. You know what I mean? They put something in there and they're going to take it out again.
Right.
They say that like with double eyelid surgery, there's a lot of different ways of doing it. If you just sew it together, and there is a way of doing this.
Right.
If they don't cut your eye and they just sew it together, that apparently means that if you kind of undo it, or if they go back and they kind of just cut it again, then it kind of quote goes back to its original state.
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, they actually apply a cut to it. They will probably take a little bit of skin off, and then they will sew it back up. Now, same thing. If I get a double eyelid surgery, which I don't need, I'm afraid of what's going to happen. So I'm just afraid of it. That's why I don't do it. But when it comes to plastic surgery, if it helps boost your confidence, go for it. I'm one of those people. If you have the money and if you have the guts to go do it,
bravery,
go for it. I mean, what are your thoughts? Because I mean, these days, plastic surgery has become kind of a must for a lot of, just average people. They're not celebrities. It's just like plastic surgery has become like the it thing.
One thing I realized on my trip to Japan last week was that a lot of people compared to like the people I see in Gangnam area, they didn't get that many plastic surgery.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At least the places that I've been to. And another thing that I realize is that the way they do their makeup is a lot different from how girls did in Korea that I've seen. And we had the employee for a Japanese the company, and we just move around everywhere together, and we have to see in the morning because we can't speak Japanese, and she has to translate, so she has to wake up like when we wake up, which we wake up like 8 in the morning or 7 in the morning, and she would have like full makeup on, and like from the morning, and she would I asked her like, how long did it take you? She said more than 30 minutes and maybe 30 minutes to an hour
to get her makeup done.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, maybe that's why like they don't need plastic surgery.
Because they rely on makeup.
Yeah, and their makeup is like it's super like
thick.
Not necessarily thick, but it's just like it's so natural, but it looks. It looks natural, but they took a lot of time
to put into it.
Right. And I was just like, oh, maybe people can cover it up with makeup,
Okay. Well, I mean, even in the U.S., I've been looking at like how people do their makeup. Wow, I'm surprised at how a lot of people do their makeup in the U.S. Like I was seeing a few tutorials like on YouTube and on just regular newsfeed updates.
Yeah.
They will show like how well somebody who has really bad skin can cover up with like certain products, and like how girls do like celebrity makeup and like red carpet makeup. That's a lot of makeup. Like I don't wear that much makeup. I think Korea, especially for women, on average, the average office worker, she comes to work at least 7:30 to 8 in the morning. So like they are on the trains at 7:30, 8 in the morning. They come into the office, and I think that's why a lot of Korean women really kind of gravitate towards perming their hair because they get the wave look even though they have wet hair. You know what I mean? They can shower in the morning, have a fresh start, but they still have curly hair, so they don't look unprofessional, so to speak.
Yeah.
Whereas probably in the States, somebody would probably sleep with rollers in or actually have time in the morning to blow their hair out or, you know, put a curling iron to their hair. I think that just time-wise, I see a lot of women in Korea, like they'll come to work with wet hair. They'll probably do their makeup on the subway or on the bus. So obviously their makeup tips are not going to be as heavy as a lot of the other makeup styles around the world.
Right.
But when it comes to like face problems, makeup is something that you can rely on.
Right. And also I think hairstyle too. I think styling it could totally like change the first impression at least.
I saw James when he had long hair. He posted a throwback picture.
Yeah.
I freaked out. I saw James with long hair. I was like, if I saw James in the US, I would not be friends with him. James, I love you, hun, but that long hair is
right. And even like when I used to do drawing line promotions, which was last year and a year ago, and I had like blonde hair.
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily my choice. It was more like our boss was just like, oh, maybe you should try it. I was like, okay, why not? You know, before I get too old, maybe I could just try it. And I did it, and you know, like I wasn't, you know, people didn't really recognize me outside. So like if I just walk around, people were just kind of like looking at me like,
why do you have blonde hair?
Why does he like have blonde hair?
What are you doing?
I know. It's just like, you know, because in America it wouldn't, you know, be a problem, but in Korea, you know, if you have like blonde hair, maybe, and I look like I would go to school, and you know, like people are just like, okay, you're like a quote like 양아치 or something, you know, like or he must be like a playboy or whatever, and they kind of look at me kind of like he's weird, you know. Yeah, and that kind of brought down my confidence level during those times.
Because everybody's complimenting on your hair.
Yeah.
Mara's giving a pretty interesting beauty tip. Mara's saying everyone has one, especially when it comes to complexes. I actually have a really high nose, and I've always wanted to get a smaller one. Then my Korean friends are like, why? People in Korea pay good money to get your natural nose. So it literally gave me something to think about. Beauty is relative. One complex can be a mark of beauty in a different culture.
Right.
In the U.S., Asian eyes, which means no double eyelids, are considered beauty. Whereas in Korea, people, like I said, are, you know, paying money to get double eyelids. Herlin from Malaysia says, I always show my natural face. I'm actually really too lazy to wear makeup. I hate makeup.
That's cool too.
I hate makeup too. Trust me, hun. I do too. Hillen, no matter how you look, you can always boost your looks with a right attitude. There is how you look, and there is also how you make yourself appear. I've seen girls who have become far more attractive the more I know them because of their funny personalities. And then there's girls who look pretty at first but become very plain due to their flat personalities.
It's true.
So, there's one thing that I think kind of helps. Celebrities, we go to the salon and we get our hair and makeup done professionally by professionals that do this for a living. I'm pretty sure that in every mall that you go to, if there's a cosmetic store, you can probably get at least one free tutorial of makeup. So like in the US, like if you go to the shopping malls, if you go to different like cosmetic stores, they'll have like, we'll give you a free makeover, just sit down, and then they try to buy you into buying their products. So it ends up being like a $300 tutorial because you end up buying that much worth of products. But getting that kind of stuff done is not a bad idea either, because they are professionals. They do have licenses in makeup, and they could maybe bring out your eyes by wearing fake eyelashes or giving you some shading tips to maybe make your nose feel higher, or give you some more cheekbones. Something that could kind of boost your your confidence, by getting pampered for a day.
That's true too. And also, I think what's for me personally, I think what's most important when I look at other people is their skin. If the skin is good, they look prettier for some reason.
Obviously.
Yeah, and it's just more attractive at least. And I think just drinking a lot of water. I saw this picture online, like they compared a picture and then like a month after a lady she drank water like 2 liters of water every day, and after a month like her face is like glowing. It's just like a normal. She's not pretty. She's just like a normal looking person, and she just looks prettier just by doing that. So maybe you should try that.
Yeah, I mean, water helps. Skincare is something for me. I've always been the type of person that instead of putting money into cosmetics, in the US, going to a dermatologist is kind of like everything. So I have my own dermatologist that I've been going to ever since I was like 10. So whenever I go see him, he always gives me updates on how my skin is doing. If I have blemishes, like what I should do for blemishes. If I need a facial, he'll give me one. Like Sooyoon says, like skin-wise, like blemish cream, stuff like that is always great. Cosmetics are always great. But to try to start hiding something, that's when I think the problems start falling out. Because once you start hiding something, you're going to try to hide something else. And then you're going to try to hide something else. So I think that, like Sooyoon says, if you have any skin problems, getting that fixed first. Putting money into actually getting treatments for that. Getting rid of like scars and stuff like that through laser treatment, I think is also really, really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Too.
And just, try to care less about how you look. And, that's going to boost up your attractiveness, I think. Because when I see a pretty person, like pretty girl, and it's like, wow, she's pretty. And then if she's just like, oh my gosh, like today, like I look so ugly and blah, blah, blah. It's just like, oh, this person.
It's a turn off.
Yeah, it's a turn off. But if it's just like I see a girl, she's like, oh, like, I don't care. Like, I'm just who I am. It's like, wow, she's like really, attractive. Yeah.
There's a charm about them.
Yeah, it's charm.
All right. So what do you guys think? If you want to give some more help for our Vietnam listener, continue to send this. And also, we need some more for Team A and Team B for our first story. We need Liana's some advice. She works with kids and she's never really showed a scary side to them, but it looks like they're not really listening. So should she A, show my scary side to the kids, or B, just be patient with them? So give us your opinion. We're going to listen to some more tracks before we come back. We're going to go back and make all these Duna fans really happy. Shiny singing their debut single, Duna Namo Yepo. Replay. And we'll see you guys after this with our next story. Talking about how much I love Shiny at this time. I love this song. Really, really, really do.
It was fun.
Yes. I really love this song. Anyways,
yeah.
It's not because it's talking about the Nuna fans, but it's because it's a really good song.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. We've got from Vietnam, Nan is dropping by. So let's look at their story.
All right. Hello, DJ Isak and Sooyoon. I really need your advice now. Well, I don't know, but I seem to be overly obsessed of protecting the people that I love.
Okay.
I always try to stay with them as much as possible, and if I don't see them, I become really extremely anxious. I don't know why, but I'm always afraid that there's something happening to them, and I want to be there to protect them. I once dropped out of school and ran back home to check my parents because they didn't receive my phone call. Previously, just a little bit, but recently it began to become more extreme. I'm so scared. Please help me. Thank you very much.
Did you have a very traumatized time where you weren't there for someone?
Yeah, maybe. It's very unusual for, I don't know how old is she, but she may, or he, you're still in school and
It's like, my mom didn't pick up my phone. I need to go home.
Right.
That's normally something you hear when somebody's trying to skip school. Like, not genuinely. It's just like, my mom didn't pick up my phone call. I think I need to go home.
Yeah.
That's something you hear for someone who wants to leave school
Right.
super early. But no, this listener is really genuinely like paranoid that something is going to happen with them not there.
Right.
I think I need half of what you have, and I'll give you half of what I have. I don't care. Me not caring, I think, is becoming a problem. Me not caring is becoming a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, soon you have family members overseas.
Right.
So, I mean, obviously it's going to be kind of worrisome, especially if you see something on the news that, like, something in your neighborhood is going on, or, like, if there's a fire in your neighborhood, you're going to be like, you guys okay?
Right.
I mean, obviously them being far away help. Doesn't help.
Yeah, it doesn't help, but it's, I just try to think positive things, and I'm not sure. I'm just guessing that she must have something, back in the past that she experienced that was traumatizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm more of a always she'll be fine, or he'll be fine of a person. So
when I first saw when you were first reading the story, I thought she was going to be overprotective of like significant others. You know how those people are like paranoid.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Who was that?
Right.
Who's the girl sitting next to you? It's like over attached girlfriend mode. I thought that's what it was going to be like, but it's more, I think, for like loved ones, like whole family.
Right.
Like my dog, I have this gut feeling like my dog is sick.
Oh gosh.
I feel that you probably had something pretty traumatizing in your past.
Yeah.
Not just for us. Me personally, I think that if you go see somebody professionally, going to a counselor, talking with them maybe once about it is not a bad idea.
Right. Back in the States, my older brother, he got drunk once, and it was like 4 a.m. in the morning, and I got a phone call from my brother's friend. I was like, why is he calling me at 4 a.m. in the morning? And they got the call, and he was like, oh, your brother's like super drunk. Can you like open the door? I'll be in front of your house in a couple minutes. So I went out, and in his car, like, my brother was there, and it was just like blood was everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, something's not right. And so apparently he got drunk and he fell down, and he kind of bumped his forehead on the ground.
No.
And then it was the 상처, it was like
the wound.
The wound was very, very deep, and he had like a patch on the forehead, right?
Oh no.
And then he was still drunk, and he just like, I brought him home, and then he had like he like took the patch off, and the wound was really bad.
Oh no.
And he was just like, oh gosh, like, I'm drunk, I'm just gonna sleep. And he was sleeping, and my mom, found out that he got hurt. And she was like, we gotta go to the hospital right now. And then this whole thing happened, and it was just, it became like a trauma to me. And after that, like, every time he would get drunk, I'll get worried. So like every time, I call him maybe and he's drunk, and I'm like, oh no. Oh no,
he's gonna come home.
So like
blood again.
So every time I would just like, if I drink with him, I have to like put him in my room, like, and make sure like he doesn't go out.
So it was traumatizing.
Yeah, and I think I'm guessing that this person may have something like that as well. But after a couple of years, I don't worry anymore. I forgot about it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think time, maybe if you had that kind of problem or that kind of experience, maybe time will help too.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay. So maybe that would help by...
Yeah, but then I realized that there's nothing I can do,
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True.
If something happened, there's not much that you can do,
Anyways,
so even if you were there, if something happened, something's gonna happen anyways. So maybe you should, not worry about it.
Okay. Okay. So, trying not to worry is probably easier said than done. It's kind of like you're telling your mom not to worry about you when you go to school every day.
Right.
I feel that your love for your family and your loved ones is pretty big. So if it's not a traumatizing event that Sooyoon and I both think that probably happened to you, I'm guessing that just your love for your loved one is very big. Maybe trying to occupy yourself with something else might help. Having a love for either K-pop or finding a significant other, a love interest, something that might keep you preoccupied might help you find a little bit of ease as well. Because most of the time, whenever you go out and play with your friends, the most thing your parents are saying is like, "Mind you coming home." It's like, oh yeah, gotta go home. Oops. Because you have so much fun with your friends. You get sidetracked. You get preoccupied with other things. So maybe find a significant other or some friends. If you really need to, if you really think you need to, get professional help. And we've said this in the past. Professional help is not a bad thing. You should never be afraid of it.
I would feel very lucky, if I was your family member.
Oh yeah. I would love to be loved like this. This is something that is really good to have. Really good to have. It might be difficult for you, but the people around you will feel love. Trust me. Yes.
I'm wondering if what this listener's parents said when this listener came home, from school, like just ditching school and going home.
Yeah, I think that would be quite awkward. It's like, "Mom, are you okay?" It's like, "Why are you home?"
I know.
And you get scolded, and then you have to go back to school.
Right.
I feel that our listener does really love their family members. Maybe that their parents might be a little bit on the older side. That's why they might be worried about them overall. But like Sooyoon said, you can't really change any of that anyways. So whether you're there or not, I think that, you need to kind of just let it go. Let things off of your chest.
Right.
We're going to go back to our first story because a lot of our listeners actually gave us a lot of advice.
Right.
And the listener that I chose today is giving us literally almost a page of advice. So I want to try and read a little bit of it before we go.
Right.
Team B1. And Brenda, I'm actually going to go for you. And you said kind of, but you sent in tough love. I'm also a teacher, though I teach 3 to 4-year-olds, but I also dealt with children from 6 to 13. So let me tell you something that is going to really help you grow better as a teacher. 1, be nice when it's appropriate. When the children are well behaved, do sharing, play well together, try their best, whatever. They need to be shown that their behavior is good and that you appreciate it. So children are still learning and they will be making mistakes, but sometimes hurting you in the process. But you need to be an adult and lead them well. Be kind, understanding, and patient. Don't let them know you get upset and brush it off. They are children. They don't know what they're doing most of the time, and you need to make them realize that being mean does not get them anywhere. 2, when they misbehave, you have to be tough, not mean. You need to get to their eye level, really try to understand their side of the story, and tell them why their behavior is not okay, and then they need to apologize. Be tough when you have to, but don't hold on to any anger or ill feeling. So I think like what you were saying earlier, being neutral about everything. It is longer, but for everybody else, go check out Brenda's message because it was very long. I couldn't read everything, but thank you so much for that amazing advice.
Wow.
This is what I love about my listeners.
Yeah.
Everybody has like the similar field. It's like somebody out there has a similar field as our listeners.
That's awesome.
Our last track for today is going to be Kwak Jin-won and Kim Fear with the track Don't Worry, 걱정 말아요 그대. Enjoy the track and soon we'll see you next week.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.